Hello, everybody. This is The World According to Dick Buttons. I'm Dick Buttons, and I'm glad you tuned in. We have got tons of stuff to talk about this week, so strap in, pour yourself a cold one, and let's get started.
Season 4 is here and Dick's back on the mic. He's fired up and ready to rant all night. There's always something that gets under his skin, so buckle up, folks, let the rants begin. Dick Buttons Rants! Season 4's got more. He's louder, he's prouder, and he's ready to roar.
Oh, here we go again. Vegans. You knew this was coming. You can't go 5 goddamn minutes without someone proudly announcing they're vegan now. Like it's the cure for cancer, the answer to world peace. Guess what? Nobody asked. Nobody fucking cares. You could be talking about literally anything. Hey, what about that beautiful sunset tonight? And then bam, out of nowhere. You know, ever since I became vegan, sunsets just look more vibrant. Shut the fuck up. Or you're talking about a new car. Oh yeah, it's got great mileage, handles nice. And they're like, well, as a vegan, I find I don't need to drive as much because my aura carries me. What? It's like they've got some kind of internal alarm that goes off if they've gone 45 seconds without reminding you that they're better than you, purer than you, and clearly living some higher plane of existence. Because they've rejected the cheeseburger? Oh, congratulations. You don't eat chicken nuggets anymore. Do you want a goddamn medal? Should we carve your name in the granite of human history because you turned down a slice of pizza? And here's the thing. I don't care what you eat. You want to live on lettuce and kale? Have at it. Knock yourself out. I won't stop you. But here's the deal. Stop shoving it into every single conversation like it's the climax of a Marvel movie. Not everything in your life has to be filtered through your tofu crusade. You know what it feels like? It feels like a cult, and the sermon never ends. You can't even say good morning without being corrected. Well, it's a good morning because I'm vegan. Holy shit, it's exhausting. So here's my plea. My demand. My no-holds-barred decree. Be vegan. Be carnivore. Be pescatarian. Hell, eat nothing but Tic Tacs and Pop-Tarts for all I care. But keep it to yourself. If I didn't ask, don't tell me. You want applause? Go join a support group. Out here in the real world, we're just trying to get through the day without being ambushed by your next soy-based revelation. I swear, if one more person starts a sentence with, "Since I became vegan, I'm walking away. I'm done." Because newsflash, life is complicated enough without you auditioning for sainthood over a salad. You know what? Listen up, news stations. Let's talk about the absolute scam they're running every single night. They dangle the big story in front of you like a carrot on a stick. Coming up at 11, a dangerous threat that could be lurking in your kitchen right now. Oh, really? That sounds important. That sounds urgent. Guess I better stick around. Except, guess when they actually cover it? At 11:27, after the 3 commercial breaks, weather, sports, and some garbage about a squirrel that can water ski. By the time they get to it, I don't even care anymore. My attention span is dead. My patience is shot. And the big story? 9 times out of 10, it's some nonsense like don't leave raw chicken out on the counter. That's the catastrophic bombshell you made me sit 30 minutes to wait for? You know what this is? It's a hostage situation. That's what it is. They've got your time in a chokehold, and they know damn well your time is valuable, but they don't care. They drag you through every filler segment, every meaningless traffic accident, every weather forecast that hasn't changed since this morning, just to keep you from flipping the channel. It's manipulation at its finest. And here's the thing. My time is too valuable to play this ridiculous waiting game. I've got things to do. I've got better ways to waste my time than sitting in front of the TV waiting for you to tell me the kitchen hazard is expired milk. Guess what? I already fucking knew that. So here's my message to the news stations. Cut the crap. If you've got a lead story, Give me the damn lead story up front, right now. Don't tease me like I'm some desperate junkie begging for scraps of information. This isn't foreplay, it's the news. Give it to me straight. Because let me tell you something. Every time you pull this stunt, you lose me. And once I'm gone, I'm not coming back. There's a whole internet out there ready to tell me exactly what I need to know in 5 seconds flat. You keep stringing me along, I'll just click a headline online and be done with you. Enough with the circus act. Just give me the fucking news. All right, folks. Close talkers. Yeah, I know. Seinfeld made a joke out of it. But let me tell you something. It's not a gag. It's not some cute sitcom quirk. It's a goddamn epidemic. These people are out there in the wild, creeping up on you inches from your face like you're lovers in a soap opera. Except, guess what? We're not. Why? Why do they think this is acceptable? Do they not understand boundaries? Have they never heard of personal space? Did they miss the memo that 6 feet isn't just for pandemics? It's for sanity? I'm standing there trying to have a normal conversation and suddenly, boom, they're right there up in my grill. I can feel their breath on my cheek. My soul leaves my body because I didn't sign up for this level of intimacy at the grocery store checkout line. And as if that wasn't bad enough, sometimes, oh, sometimes, they come in with the bonus package bad breath. Oh, yeah, nothing like a hot blast of old onions and coffee grinds wafting directly into your nostrils while you're backed in a corner, trapped like an animal. Suddenly, it's not just close talking, it's chemical warfare. And the question is, do they know? Are they blissfully unaware of how uncomfortable this makes everyone? Or are they just sadistic freaks who get off on watching you squirm as they inch closer and closer until you can see every pore on their forehead? Listen to me, close talkers of the world. Back the fuck off. I don't need your face 2 inches from mine. I don't want to taste your lunch from your exhale. This isn't a whispering contest. It's a goddamn conversation. Here's the deal. Give me a good 2 or 3 feet minimum. You step over that invisible line and I'm out. I will shut down. I will walk away. I will ninja vanish before I let you invade my airspace again. So let's get this straight. Close talking isn't charming. It isn't friendly. It isn't warm. It's fucking creepy. It's invasive. And when you pair it with bad breath, it's a one-way ticket to me never speaking to you again.
Yeah, no, nom, 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 banana. Whoa. Yeah, no, nom, 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 banana. Scalpel in hand, let's cut it wide. Peel back the layers where the secrets hide. Liner notes, legends, the stories untold. Producers and players, the riffs made of gold. Whoa! Song surgery, we're tearing it down. Beat by beat, spin it all around. Every chord, every name, every mystery. Welcome to Dick Button Song Surgery.
That's right, folks. It's time to roll into another edition of Song Surgery, where we take a scalpel to the classics, peel back the layers, and find out what made these tracks tick. And today, we're diving into one of the most haunting, powerful, and flat out groundbreaking songs the Beatles ever recorded, Eleanor Rigby. You Gen Zers can Google that now. Eleanor Rigby was primarily written by Paul McCartney, though like most Beatles songs, it's credited to Lennon-McCartney. Paul has said the story came together in fragments. The lonely woman, the priest, the imagery of life passing by unnoticed. He originally toyed with the names like Miss Daisy Hawkins before settling on Eleanor Rigby. Eleanor, taken from actress Eleanor Braun, who starred with the band in Help, and Rigby, spotted on a shop sign in Bristol. The song broke new ground because it wasn't a love song. It wasn't about romance, rebellion, or psychedelics. It was about loneliness and the human condition. Themes pop music didn't typically touch at that time. Who played on it? Here's the kicker. Not a single Beatle played an instrument on this track. That's right. The song was performed entirely by a string octet arranged by producer George Martin. The Beatles were always pushing boundaries, and this was one of their boldest steps. leaving guitars and drums behind for stark strings. Paul sang lead, John and George contributed harmony vocals, but the music, that was 8 classical musicians bowing their hearts out. The track was produced by the legendary George Martin and recorded at Abbey Road Studios in 1966. Martin's string arrangement was inspired by Bernard Herrmann's film scores, particularly the sharp, stabbing strings of Psycho. That cinematic edge is exactly why Eleanor Rigby still feels so modern. Fun facts: the original working lyric for Father Mackenzie was Father McCartney, but Paul decided it sounded a little too on the nose. Paul had claimed he didn't know a real Eleanor Rigby, but years later, fans discovered a gravestone with that name in a Liverpool cemetery, not far from where John and Paul first met. Fate? Coincidence? You decide. Eleanor Rigby was released as a double A-side with Yellow Submarine. Talk about 2 totally different flavors of Beatles in one package. The single shot to number 1 in the UK and peaked at number 11 on the US Billboard Hot 100 in 1966. Not bad for a song that dared to sound nothing like the pop hits of its day. Critics hailed it immediately as a masterpiece, a bold leap for pop music. Fans? Some were floored, some were confused, but it demanded attention. Over time, it became one of the Beatles' most revered songs. The band themselves were proud of it. Paul has often cited it as one of his best works. John, not always the most generous with praise for Paul's story songs, as he would say, still acknowledged its brilliance. George Martin called it a song that made people sit up and listen. Eleanor Rigby appears on the 1966 album Revolver, which many consider the true turning point of the Beatles' artistry. Revolver was the album where they shed their mop-top image and embraced experimentation full force, and Eleanor Rigby sits right at the heart of all that evolution. The legacy? Today, Eleanor Rigby stands tall as one of the most important songs in popular music history. It opened the door for pop and rock to tackle deeper, darker, more existential themes. It showed that the studio could be more instrumental and that the Beatles were willing to leave convention in the dust. You hear its influence in everything from art rock to chamber pop. It's been covered by artists across genres from Aretha Franklin to Metallica, and nearly 60 years later, the line still cuts deep. All the lonely people, where do they all come from? And I'd play you a clip, but last week I got hit with a copyright strike. Go figure. And that's this week's Song Surgery, the Beatles' Eleanor Rigby, a song about loneliness, but one that made music history and continues to remind us that pop can be profound.
Round and around, what's it gonna be? A brand new ranting season for you'll see. Big or small, you know he won't let. It's Dick Button's Rant Roulette.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting for this segment and we're going to get into it right now. We are going to spin the Rant Roulette wheel. That's right. I have been perusing listener suggestions for something I should rant about, and I put it on a wheel that I'm staring at right now, and I'm going to spin it. All right, here we go. Oh, I can't wait. And it landed on the submission from Bill R. from Wisconsin, and he wants me to rant about people who talk during the movies. Bill, my friend, thank you for the submission, and buckle up, because you asked for it, and a ranting we shall go. So here's the deal, movie talkers. Why? Why do you exist? Why do you feel the need to open your mouth in a darkened theater where the entire point, let me repeat, the entire fucking point is to sit silently and watch the screen? You paid for the ticket. I paid for the ticket. We all agree the unspoken social contract. Shut the fuck up for 2 hours. Yet here you are, whispering, giggling, giving play-by-play like you're Howard Cosell calling Monday Night Football. Oh, wow, I bet he's the killer. Shut up. Did you see that? That's the guy from the other movie. Shut up. Wait, what just happened? You know what just happened if you stop talking for 5 seconds and watch the fucking movie. And the absolute worst? The running commentary crew. These are the ones who think their half-baked jokes are just as entertaining as what's happening on the screen. No, Todd, your quip about CGI isn't funnier than the actual punchline this professional wrote. Sit down, zip it, let me enjoy the damn movie. And don't even get me started on the phone talkers. Oh, yeah, these psychos take it to another level. Not only are they talking, but they've got the phone glowing like a lighthouse in the middle of the theater. Oh, I'm just texting real quick. Real quick? No, you're ruining the whole damn vibe for everyone with a 10-row radius. So let me make this crystal clear. Movie theaters are sacred spaces. You want to talk? Do it at home. You want to crack jokes? Fire up Netflix in your living room. But when you're in the theater, when those lights go down and that sound kicks in, shut the fuck up. Bill from Wisconsin, thank you. We spun the wheel, we nailed the target, and this rant is dedicated to you and all the rest of us who just want to watch a movie without turning into rage-fueled lunatics ready to throw popcorn at the back of someone's head.
Step into the ring, it's a battle tonight. Icons clashing under the spotlight. Movies, music, who's taking the crown? It's Dick's pop culture punch out, throwing down.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, folks, it's time once again for Pop Culture Punch Out, where we throw two icons into the ring to see who walks out on top. And this week, we've got a boy band battle royale, the Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC. Frosted tips, synchronized dance moves, and more key changes than Mariah Carey's Christmas album. Let's break this one down into 5 rounds because only one can wear the boy band crown. Round 1. Backstreet Boys songs, from Quit Playing Games with My Heart to I Want It That Way. The boys gave us timeless pop ballads and dance tracks. Their harmonies were silky smooth, carefully layered, and they leaned heavily into the R&B influenced pop sound that aged surprisingly well. In Sync, hits like Bye 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 and It's Gonna Be Me were monster radio singles crafted for explosive hooks and syncopated beats, more futuristic production, more Max Martin weird synth moments, more punchy energy. The verdict? Round 1 goes to the Backstreet Boys. Why? Longevity. People still sing I Want It That Way at karaoke like it's the national anthem. Round 2. The dance moves. The Backstreet Boys, they could move, sure, but their focus was always vocals first. Think smooth hand gestures, synchronized sways, and safe choreography. Now in sync, this was their bread and butter. Justin Timberlake, JC Chazez, and the crew pulled off precision routines that looked like MTV rehearsals on steroids. Bye 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 hand dance, still iconic. The verdict for round 2, NSYNC wins this round, no question. Round 3. The albums and sales. The Backstreet Boys have sold over 100 million records worldwide. Their 1999 album Millennium sold over 24 million copies, making it one of the most best-selling albums of all time. In Sync, they sold around 70 million records worldwide. Their No Strings Attached album sold 2.4 million copies in its first week, a record at the time. And round 3 goes to the Backstreet Boys. Their numbers are staggering. They've sustained sales across decades, not just one insane week. Round 4. The Stars. The Backstreet Boys had no single breakout megastar, but Nick Carter had a solo career, AJ McLean went alt, and Brian Littrell leaned into gospel. Now in sync, Justin Timberlake, enough said, he went on to massive solo success. Grammys, Super Bowl halftime shows, movies, the works. JC Chazez had the voice, but JT had the spotlight. And round 4, hands down goes to NSYNC, thanks to Timberlake's dominance. Round 5, the legacy and staying power. The Backstreet Boys are still touring, still selling out arenas, still together, and still able to belt out those harmonies with style. Their Vegas residency was a smash. They become the nostalgia act for 90s kids who grew up and bought mortgages. In Sync, they disbanded in 2002, leaving fans devastated. Sure, they had a mini reunion at the 2013 VMAs and again in 2023 for that Trolls soundtrack, but they never had that staying power as a unit. Round 5, Backstreet Boys win. They never quit, and they're still cashing those nostalgia checks. And the winner of the Pop Culture Punch-Out is, by a score of 3 rounds to 2, your winner and still champions of boy band pop, the Backstreet Boys. So there you have it, folks. The battle of frosted tips and matching outfits ends with the Backstreet Boys still standing tall. And if you disagree, let me just say, I want it that way.
Season for the list keep coming. Dick's top 5, you know they're stunning. Movies, music, rants that twisted stick buttons. Top 5 list. Season 4, the list never stop.
All right, folks, grab your eggnog and spike it with whatever gets you through the holidays and settle in, because it's time for a very special holiday edition of Dick's Top 5 list. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Christmas movies? You're either rolling your eyes or already humming Bing Crosby. But let me tell you something. These flicks have more drama, more chaos, and in some cases, more bullets than any Hallmark snooze fest. So these are the ones that stand the test of time, the ones that we come back to every December, whether we admit it or not. And yes, before you even ask, Die Hard is on this list. Because I'm right and you're wrong. Now let's break it down. The top 5 Christmas movies of all time. Number 5, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Chevy Chase as Clark Griswold, the original king of holiday meltdowns. The movie is basically every family holiday gone nuclear. You've got lights that could power a small country, Cousin Eddie emptying the RV toilet in the storm drain, and a Christmas dinner that's basically shoe leather. Directed by Jeremiah S. Chechik, it opened second to Back to the Future Part 2, but became a holiday juggernaut on cable. Worldwide total, roughly $73.3 million on a budget of $25 million. Fun fact, Julia Louis-Dreyfus shows up as a yuppie neighbor before she ever made us laugh on Seinfeld. Its legacy? Simple. It made every dad in America think they could staple 10,000 bulbs to their roof, and half of them ended up in the ER trying. Number 4, Home Alone, 1990. Chris Columbus directing, John Hughes writing, and Macaulay Culkin cementing himself as America's most mischievous child. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern's slapstick pain threshold? Off the charts. Stern's tarantula scream? Completely real. He let that hairy monster crawl across his face and belted out the scream of a lifetime. Nearly $476 million worldwide. That's not just Christmas money, that's empire money. And its legacy? We learned 2 things. Burglars are apparently made of rubber, and you never, ever underestimate an 8-year-old with access to paint cans and micro machines. Coming in at number 3, Elf, 2003. Will Ferrell in yellow tights running through New York screaming Santa at random strangers, and none of them were actors, by the way. Those were real New Yorkers wondering why a giant man-child was harassing them. Directed by Jon Favreau, this film pulled in $220 million worldwide and became an instant cable marathon tradition. Its legacy? It's the rare modern Christmas movie that doesn't make you want to puke sugar cookies. Farrell turned down $30 million for a sequel, and you know what? Good on him. He didn't need Elf 2, Electric Gumdrop Boogaloo. The first one was perfect. Number 2, It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. It's the granddaddy of them all. Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore, directed by Frank Capra, and here's the kicker. It was a flop when it came out. Barely made $3 million. But when the copyright lapsed in the 1970s, TV stations ran it on repeat, and suddenly it became the holiday classic we all know and love. Stewart was dealing with PTSD from the war while filming, and Capra said that's what gave his performance such raw emotion. Its legacy? Without this movie, every other Christmas is about family, not money film doesn't exist. This is the blueprint, period. And coming in at number 1, The Hill I Will Die On, the Christmas movie to end all Christmas movies, Die Hard. directed by John McTiernan, starring Bruce Willis, Alan Rickman, Bonnie Bedelia, and Reginald Vell Johnson. It made $140 million worldwide on a $28 million budget. Alan Rickman's death scene? They dropped him early to get a real look of terror on his face. Bruce Willis went partially deaf from the gunfire. Fun fact, the Nakatomi Plaza is actually Fox headquarters. They blew up their own goddamn building. Its legacy? Hey, we got Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. One of the greatest villains ever in Hans Gruber, and proof that Christmas isn't about Santa. It's about blowing up terrorists and saving your wife while Beethoven's Ode to Joy plays in the background. Merry freaking Christmas. And just like every other Dick Button's top 5 list, we have honorable mentions that just didn't quite make the list. Polar Express, 2004. Tom Hanks doing quadruple duty in creepy motion capture, but still magical. A Christmas Story, 1983. Ralphie and his Red Ryder BB gun. Now it's a 24-hour marathon every year. Scrooged, 1988. Bill Murray as the funniest Scrooge of all time, directed by Richard Donner. The Santa Claus, 1994. Tim Allen falling off a roof and inheriting the Santa gig. Pure 90s Disney. And Gremlins, 1984. Cute fuzzy Mogwai turns into Christmas chaos, horror, and holiday cheer in one box. And there you have it, folks. Dick Button's top 5 Christmas movies of all time. And if you're mad that Die Hard is number 1, tough shit. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Now pour yourself some eggnog, throw Die Hard on the TV, and remember, Christmas isn't about the gifts. It's about survival.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Thought he was done. Think again. He's fired up and taking names. It's time for Dick Button Rants.
So let's talk about one of the most obnoxious, brain-melting, patience-destroying habits plaguing society today. People who take every damn phone call on speaker. In public. Why? Why? Who told you this was okay? Is this some new epidemic where we all have to be unwilling extras in your little soap opera? Are you that oblivious? Or do you seriously think your half-baked conversation about what to pick up at Target is so riveting that the whole train car needs to hear it? Spoiler alert, it's not. I'm sitting in line, minding my own business, and suddenly, boom, your phone is blaring, your voice is echoing, and now I know more about your cousin's weird rash than I ever wanted to. Newsflash, we didn't ask, and we sure as hell don't care. You have options. Headphones, earpiece, hold the phone to your fucking ear like a normal human being. But no, you go full concert broadcast mode, projecting your nonsense into the stratosphere like you're auditioning for a TED Talk that nobody requested. And here's the kicker. Half the time, the call is about absolutely nothing. Hey, what's up? Not much. You? Yeah, just chillin'. Really? You needed to loop the entire Starbucks lobby in on that gem of a conversation? You know what it really feels like? It feels like these people think the world is their personal reality show, and we're all just waiting for the next thrilling episode of Janet argues about dog food brands with her sister-in-law. No, Janet, we're not. So let me be crystal clear. If you're that person blasting your calls on speaker in public, you're not important, you're not entertaining, and you're not doing society any favors. You're just annoying the shit out of everyone. Period. Do us all a favor. Plug in some earbuds. Hold the damn phone to your head. Or better yet, wait till you're alone. Because the rest of us, we don't want to be in your business. We don't want to share your drama. We don't want to hear your every word reverberating through the bus like the voice of God. Enough is enough. Take it off speaker or take it somewhere private. End of story. End of rant. Oh, let me tell you about one of my least favorite creatures on this planet. The gym rat who cannot keep their damn mouth shut. You know the type. You're there to do one thing. Get your workout in, break a sweat, and get the hell out. That's it. You're not looking for conversation. You're not looking for life coaching. You're not looking for unsolicited TED Talks on proper form. And yet, here they come, marching across the floor like they've been sent on a divine mission. Hey, bro, you're doing that wrong. Really? Really? Oh, thank you, Captain Dumbass. I had no idea because I don't know. I'm just standing in a gym. You know, the place specifically designed for people who work out, That alone is a pretty big clue that I know what the fuck I'm doing here. Do these people actually believe that the rest of us know nothing about working out? Do they think we just wandered in off the street clueless and picked up a dumbbell like it was a foreign object? Or are they just so in love with the sound of their own voice that they just can't resist giving a lecture? Let me tell you, I'm leaning toward the latter. Because here's the truth, these jackasses aren't trying to be helpful. Oh no, they want to perform. They want to puff their chest out, flex their ego, and hear themselves spew the same tired lines they probably dish out at the bank, at the grocery store, hell, maybe even at funerals. Oh, hey, bro, you're grieving wrong. Let me show you how to do it properly. Give me a fucking break. If I wanted a personal trainer, I'd hire one. If I wanted advice, I'd ask for it. You know what's actually helpful? Leaving me the fuck alone so I could finish my set and go home and live my life without you playing drill sergeant of Planet Fitness. Here's the deal, Jim Know-It-Alls. You're not helping, you're not inspiring, and you're sure as hell not welcome in my workout. You want to help me? Great. Do us both a favor and shut your fucking mouth, keep walking, and let me sweat in peace. Oh, here's a good one. Websites that proudly advertise free services. Oh yeah, big shiny letters plastered across the homepage. Free, 100% free, totally free. And you think, hey, that's cool. Maybe I'll give this a shot. You pour your time, your effort, your energy. Maybe you design something, edit something, build something. Hell, you create something you're proud of. And then comes the big moment. You're ready to download it, ready to actually use what you've been promised. And boom, there it is, the paywall. Suddenly, that big, bold free turns into, ha ha, just kidding. Oh, you want to save it? That's going to be $9.99 a month. You want it without a giant watermark plastered across the middle like a crime scene tape? Better cough up that credit card, friend. Free? My ass. That's not free. That's a scam with extra steps. Why the lie? Why be misleading? Do they think people are that gullible? Look, if I'm searching for a free service, you know what that means. It means I don't want to pay. It means I'm not looking to subscribe, not looking to unlock premium, not looking for some bait and switch bullshit. Free means free. Not free until you want to actually use it. And don't feed me the line about, well, we have to make money somehow. No kidding. I get it. Everybody wants to make money. But here's the revolutionary idea. Be honest about it. Say limited free version or trial or basic plan. Tell the truth up front instead of lurking us in with fake promises like some digital carnival barker. Do these companies really think the product is so damn good that once we've sunk an hour into it, we'll just roll over, whip out our credit card and say, oh, well, I guess I'll pay? No. What I'll do is slam the laptop shut, mutter some choice words about your lying, misleading ass, and then go find another actual free service that doesn't treat me like an idiot. Here's the bottom line. If your whole business model is based on tricking people with the word free, then your product isn't worth a dime, because if it was really that good, you wouldn't have to lie to get me in the door. Enough with all the bait and switch. Enough with all the false advertising. Enough with the free that's not fucking free. Be straight with people, or don't bother.
You thought he was finished, but he's back with a slam. It's a Dick Button's bonus rant. Oh, damn.
That's right, folks. You're getting a bonus Dick Buttons rant this week. I know you're probably saying to yourself, is this guy ever going to run out of shit to rant about? Probably not. But this one drives me insane. You know the scene. You pull into your gas station, lines are full, pumps are busy, no problem. We're all here to get in, fuel up, get out. But then, oh then, the nightmare unfolds. Some genius pulls up to the pump, tells the attendant what they want. Yeah, I live in New Jersey, and we still have someone pumping our gas here. And what do these people do? They get out of their car and leave. They stroll their happy ass into the convenience store like it's goddamn Disney World, shopping for snacks, picking up a drink, browsing the shelves like they've got all day. Meanwhile, the car is sitting there, blocking the pump, holding up the whole line, while the rest of us are stuck waiting. I got him in front of me, a car behind me. Even if I get finished, I can't move. Why? Why is this a thing? Do these people not realize they're holding up humanity? Or are they just that oblivious? Do they actually think it's acceptable Like the rest of us should be grateful to sit there and watch them stroll through the store to pick out a Slim Jim? Listen to me. The gas pump is not a parking spot. It's not a free spot while I go grab a hoagie. It's a pump. You tell the guy how much you need, they pump your gas, you pay, and then you move your fucking car. Then go play in the convenience store. It's not complicated. It's called basic courtesy. And here's the kicker. Half the time they don't even hurry. Nope. They're just taking their sweet ass time, maybe even chatting up the cashier, standing there like they're on some leisurely Sunday stroll while 5 cars sit behind them, fuming like their engines are about to explode. Look, I get it. We all want snacks. We all want coffee. But here's the solution. Move your fucking car first. It's easy. Park in a real spot. Then shop till your heart's content. Don't tie up the one thing that the rest of us actually need, the pump. So to all you pump hogs of the world, you're not clever. You're not efficient. You're a menace to society. You want to help me? You want to make the world a better place? Next time, pay the attendant and move your fucking car and then go get your nachos.
Season 4 is here. The chaos is alive. Dick Button's in the house. Let the madness thrive. He's got a guest today, so it's gonna be great. Pay attention, kids. You might just relate. Welcome to the mayhem. Come on, let's go. The guest is here. Enjoy the show.
All right, everybody. This is a monumental, at least for me, moment for the world according to Dick Buttons. This is my very first guest, and I am honored not only to have Dom as my first guest, he is also the creator and guru of the AI Music Society Facebook group, which I gave a shout out to in last week's episode. Welcome, sir.
Hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
It is an honor, again,
You're
to
too kind.
double honor, first guest, and the fact that you run that amazing page. So my first question for you would be, what made you want to run a Facebook group? Because I run several, and at times it is not fun.
I really, I stumbled into AI assisted music, and it really helped me out quite a bit. It was very therapeutic. And I said, there's got to be a good community for this. So this is in the early Donna days before Suno.
Wow, Donna.
Yeah. Oh, Donna. So yeah, so it was those days. And I don't know. I just couldn't find anything good on Facebook. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to do my own thing. And it all went from there. And then thank God I was able to put together a great team of moderators and curators and writers. I would not be able to do much without the help of all the people that helped me out. And
don't sell yourself short though, Dom, because I mean, a lot of this falls on your shoulders, and I mean that in a good way, because again, I'm as of probably all of us that are members of your group, we are members of other groups, and it's night and day, to be totally honest.
Really?
Oh, come on. You are members of other Facebook groups, AI groups, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. No, I hear what you're saying. I thought you were talking about just in general. Because
No, I meant specifically the little world that we have cut out a niche for ourselves of this AI music world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's what I did find early on is that I didn't really have a home in those groups. Just really, and I'm not saying anything bad about another group. I mean, every group serves its purpose, and its members contribute in their way, and the group takes on its own personality. And, I think we're just blessed that from the get-go, we had a lot of good foundational members that understood what we were trying to build. And, from them and their friends and their friends' friends, and, it grew from there. And it really, it attracts a certain kind of creator. I think.
And is that what you thought was the biggest challenge for yourself when you started this group? Was the anxiety or the trepidation or fear that it may wind up like those other groups?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was concerned about that. And, that's why the rules, I figure if you keep things simple, that's the way to go because, some of the groups that I'm a member of that are non-AI, related, uh, they have enormous sets of rules and regulations and people can't understand all of that. And it just gets a little complicated. So I figured let's try something different and make it easy. I mean, don't be an idiot, be a nice person and don't spam the damn wall with your with your
But
promotions and your music.
asking people to be nice sometimes is a tall order for some people. So
Well, I don't think we're asking. I think it's just expected. And when we've had people come into the group that have made it through our screening, and they were
right.
not very nice people, and that's unfortunate. We accept all struggles, all problems, but not all behavior.
I like that. I like that is a good motto to have. I think that, and I think the core group of people. I mean, the group is large, and I'm on there every day. I mean, you know that.
hmm
You were gracious enough to let me be a moderator as well,
And
and
you were gracious enough to accept.
well, I appreciate it too because there's really not much for me to do, to be honest. I mean, it is pretty much a well-oiled machine, and everybody behaves themselves. But the point I was trying to make was that although we're over 1,000 members, correct?
Yeah, we're around 1,200.
Yeah. So there is a core group of people though who are on there every day, posting, supporting, and contributing and interacting with the song storms. Which, by the way, kudos to whoever came up with that. That is one of my favorite options that you have on that page because I'll be honest, there's a couple songs that I did for Songstorm that I wound up putting on a Fallen Angel album.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's outstanding. Yeah, Kenny Bramson, does a lot of things, and he's an OG moderator, and some of the things that we've come up with, they're interesting, they're fun, and they really just add a lot of flavor to the group. And
Yeah.
it blows my mind that people are creating things from like song storms or contests, and I see them go out on an album. I see somebody actually, go through DistroKid and have that out there. And
Yeah, so I found DistroKid on a lark. It's funny. When I started this, and my journey, I started over a year ago.
Mhm.
The lyric binder that I found, blah blah blah, from high school, and I look back and listen to those early tracks, and it was like I said, just a year ago. The technology has advanced to the point where I listen to the early stuff and I cringe.
I want to remake all of my early stuff.
Yeah.
I really do.
That's what I've been doing. Like, and now it takes me, now that I think I've pretty much honed my video skills. It takes me so much longer to get stuff out because I'm not just putting like a picture up there with the music. I'm actually crafting an entire video. So my lead time now has exponentially gotten larger.
Absolutely, absolutely. And let's talk about videos, if you don't mind. It's
Sure.
really it's really important, I think, for people to at least be able to create a simple, static image video, preferably with their lyrics at a minimum for
Right.
them to, it's just for ease of promotion and to get it out there. Not everybody's a fan of YouTube, but I think you need to know how to use it if you want to get your music out there. And some of these videos, so then that brings me to, okay, so there's the basics, and that's really where I'm at. And I have this desire to get into creating videos like you guys are creating. A couple of things. One, it's expensive. Two, I don't know if my attention span is good enough to do it, do what you guys are doing, because I don't like getting lost in the minutia. And it-
That is an important thing because with the video clips, right? So VO 3, however you want to pronounce it, and Flow only creates 8-second video clips.
That's amazing, right?
So, the videos that I do sometimes are in excess of 40 to 50 clips.
Wow.
And then I have to edit them in a cohesive storyline and to make it make sense. I mean, it is a labor of love, and I think you have to have a creative flair for it, because I don't think anybody can just throw 8-second clips together and make a very good video. I think there has to be some flair there. But now that I've got a taste for it and I know what I'm capable of, that is the downside of it. A song takes me now anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks to get done.
Okay. What do you think do you think that's average, below average, above average across the community?
So listen, I don't know, but I do know from seeing what is released on our page, there really are only a handful of members that do full-blown videos, like cinematic videos, right?
Right.
There are some that have the static image. There are some that have like a couple images going in and out, or lyrics. I think there's a handful that does what I do, or what and Alice Tanner has dabbled into it, but I've spoken to, I'll say his name, Tim. I've spoken to Tim offline, and that last one that he did for the Lara Croft video,
Yeah.
he said it was just such an undertaking for him, that he doesn't do that for every video, and I get it. And you mentioned expensive. There are loopholes.
I don't know. Are there? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So for Google Veo or VO3, and Flow, Google has what's called, and Google, if you're listening, please, cover your ears.
I feel like I should cover my ears.
Nah, it's a legal loophole. Does that even make sense? A legal loophole?
Sure. There's all kinds of that, right?
So Google has what's called a student account. Okay.
Yep.
And with student accounts, you get 18 months free.
Holy smokes.
Now, there is another website that it's called Email Generator that will generate you an EDU email address. And that's what you use to sign up for the student account. That's the only verification they do, that the email address you use is an EDU account.
Yikes. Do the terms and conditions spell it out like?
No. Now, here comes the fun part, Dom. I have, and as anybody can have, I have 5 Gmail accounts.
Yeah.
Right? So there's 5 student accounts at 18 months a clip for free.
That's unbelievable.
Right. So you're right, though. If you have one Google account and you pay, I think if you got a 2 terabyte storage plan, you get VO3 for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's $20 a month. But then here's the kicker. You get 3 videos a day in a 24-hour period.
Like 3 8-second
clips.
No, that sucks.
Now, but then if you have the 5 Google accounts, it still counts under that 120. You don't have to pay 20 per.
Right.
So your umbrella Gmail account, you pay 20, and then each of those other accounts gets the 3 videos a day. So 15 videos a day, basically.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff to try to keep track of.
It is. But
it doesn't work that well.
All right, so enough about that and me. I wanted to ask you, how did you get into AI music? Because you know my story, and I'm sure you know a lot of the other people on our site, on the page. But how did you get into it?
I saw a song posted on Facebook, and it was obviously a custom song. And I said, "What the hell is this? This is interesting." I've always loved to, write poetry and creatively, and I've always had this passion for music. I mean, I can remember song lyrics like it's nobody's business, but I can't remember to do something that I need to do. But anyway, so here we go. I see that. I'm like, that's weird. Then I see another one, and they both said, you could tell that they were from this thing called Donna. So I looked it up. Like, let me try this. And I, made a song for my wife, and I was just blown away. I said, "This is unreal," you know? And, so then I just made a couple more stupid, silly songs just to annoy my wife, and then
That's our job, though, right?
yeah, absolutely, I'm very good at it. No, well, she would probably disagree with me 'cause she's very much "No, you don't annoy me." But I do. And so then it just one day it all started pouring out of me. I went through some family trauma,
Right.
just poured out of me into these songs, and I couldn't stop writing lyrics, and it was just unbelievable. And then I was hooked, you know.
It's easy to get hooked, and for me, again, the whole story. The lyric binder that I found from high school, scribbled. Some were full blown lyrics, some were half that I finished. But when I finished that binder, I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck do I do now?"
Right.
But so then like with you, I started writing new lyrics.
Yeah.
And that sparked that creative juices. And then, as the songs got better, and I started with Donna too. I also started with something called I Love Songs
Never heard of it.
dot AI, and they're still in existence. But then when Suno came along, everything sounded so much better. But even with Suno, you look back when Suno's first verse, I don't know, 3 we started with, I think, or 4. I think it was 3.
I think it was 3.
You look at the songs that were created with 3 and now the 4.5 plus, it's
Well,
night and day.
it is. It absolutely is.
Now, how come here? I have a question for you, and I don't see you posting a lot of your stuff on the page.
Yeah.
Is that intentional, or is that just because you feel, well, that would be intentional also, that you're the creator and you want it to be a space for others?
It's a combination of things. And I'm not looking for I'm not complaining here, but a lot of my time. So I don't, in a day, I'm not like a regular, the average Joe's got a certain amount of battery, right? And with
Right.
brain injuries and all my struggles, I'm up and down like a roller coaster all day. So I'll have, this great burst of energy and maybe some creativity, and then I'll just crash, So it's really hard for me, and I have to rest and get away from things multiple times. So with that limited time, I put most of that into the group, into the community.
And I thank you for that.
Well, I'm not looking for thanks, but thank you for thanking me. uh, Again, the team is amazing, but it's just I have a really shitty YouTube channel that's got I think 80 followers. I don't really post on there very often. I've got some of my old stuff up there.
Mhm.
I'll share some of my music every now and then, but honestly, I just don't. It's a combination of not really having a lot of time to do it, and I miss it, and I need to get back to it. And now that we've launched what we just launched, that's going to give me some more time. And the other thing is, I just feel like my creative mojo has been gone for a few weeks now, at least.
Oh,
And the only thing that, like, every once in a while, when I have something like the gods all come together and I'm feeling good, and there's something in the group going on, and I'm able to contribute. So a lot of times that seems to be the photo prompt day. I really it triggers something in me creatively, and I try to always do something that's just totally ridiculous and unexpected. And that's really been it for me for a while. I need to get back into regularly creating songs and getting them up on YouTube. I just and to a point, I'm not there to promote myself. I want to. I'm not. I'm not looking to make money. I'm not looking to to be famous or any of those things. And that's fine. And I absolutely support people that want to do that. But
I mean, honestly, though, do you think, what are the odds of any of us or anybody who does this getting famous from this? I mean, I'm not in it for that either. But do you think there's a viable pathway for one of the creators on our site or any site to actually hit big with the stuff that we're doing?
Absolutely. No, I really do. And I mean, I think you're going to see record, major labels signing, people on for AI music. I think you're going to see, people that, just think of the skill set of some of our fellow creators, with the videos and with these songs. And there's some people that are absolutely top of their game right now, and they're setting the bar, I think, from what I'm seeing. It's for me, it doesn't have to be about me. I really want it to be about the community and people finding success in whatever that is. If it's, hey, I got someone to listen to my song, one person, like for me, that makes me really happy. Other people are, looking for a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement with their stuff. And you want to be heard. So I
Right.
get that, but what I find is a lot of our fellow creators, I think there's a lot of depression and anxiety around the amount of engagement or lack of engagement on their stuff. And what I ask them, I talk to a lot of people privately, and this is a common thing. And I say, okay, so you've got 1,000 followers, you're
Right.
bummed out, right? What is the number? Well, they say, well, what do you mean? They said, what amount of followers do you need where you won't be unhappy about it?
I mean, that's a good question to ask, and I don't even think I could put a number. For me, it's not the followers. Not, I didn't even break. I'm not even at 400 yet for my YouTube channel. But I did get an email. I don't know if you saw it. I posted it. In the month of August, I had over 4,000 unique views.
Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations on
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have to say that's probably 85 to 90% because of the AI Music Society, because I really only post there and my page and maybe one or other twos, and I never get any feedback. And I like getting the feedback. It's not what drives me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, you said about anxiety about not getting feedback. There are a core few in our group that consistently contribute to commenting and encouragement, and there are those that just post their stuff and run.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know how you would bolster that. That's probably something in them, and that's you have made an environment for everybody where that is encouraged and welcomed. And if you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Right. Absolutely. But we're trying to do things to get those, not everybody. We're trying to get everybody to be more engaged as far as with each other's music and their videos. And so the new platform, the new website is
It's
really
fantastic, by the way.
well, thank you very much. It's going to be a slow build. We're going to add 1 million features to it. It's going to be amazing, a month from now, 3 months from now. Slow and steady with that.
I will say I enjoyed the merch store, because
Yes.
did anybody buy anything yet?
Let me check. Hang on, I'll tell you right now if somebody.
Because I was going to put my order in tomorrow.
Nobody yet. So you'll be
Okay.
the first, most likely.
Okay.
I
And then
was
that money
nervous. I
goes
was
to
nervous about
the
it.
site, right?
Yeah. So my wife, it's really, she does a lot of stuff that people don't realize too, because of my struggle. She helps out significantly behind the scenes. And so, the concern with the merch store is we're not looking to make money,
Right.
personal gain. There's a cost to running that website, and I'm not going to talk about exact numbers right now, but if anybody's curious, I'm happy to do that in a private chat.
Okay.
But there's a cost related to it. It's not a lot, but for us it is. And we want to start offering prizes for these contests. I think it would
Right.
be merch prizes, right? I just think that would be so cool, because we're having, the merch store, we've opened it up so creators can donate their logo. Like if we had a Dick Buttons cup, I think a lot of people
Ooh.
probably buy that. But now what that would do is the markup on that. And I'll tell you right now, we mark everything up. I think it's $5.
As you
So-
should, by the way.
Yeah, $5. It won't let you do less than $3 markup, so they're forcing you to have a minimum of a $3 markup. We go 5 because just to help kind of get this fund going. And so basically the money sits in the account, in that merch store account. And then once we take care of the website costs, let's say we have, $100 left over, some of the contests will get the merch prize. And then that covers shipping, and the prize comes right out of that bucket.
That's awesome. And I think listen, I would not be upset if you guys put a donate button on that site too.
There is a donate button, but it's really
missed
hard to find, yeah. Because I feel weird asking for donations, honestly.
Yeah, but dude, we're all listen, everyone, I can't say everybody in the group because they're probably just some passersby, but I mean for the most part, the core group that are active and invested in this thing that you created, I don't see anybody having a problem throwing a couple bucks your way if it means the success of the site that for the group that we all love and we all frequent.
Yeah, I mean it would be great. It would be great if even if some benefactor came forward, somebody who's running a successful podcast with an amazing first guest and gets royalties off of his music. If we could have some kind of benefactor to help cover those. No, but seriously, I mean, anything, would be great to help cover the costs on that. And to, I don't know, I just asking for money is to me, it's just difficult. And I want to say something. Just
Sure.
We've talked about the core group, and we have a very awesome core group of people. But what surprises a lot of people, and I'm not really good at the metrics so much of Facebook, but what I do see is that we have 1,200 members, and I'm looking at the last period here. 706 of those 1,200 were active. They watched, or they otherwise saw the posts in our group.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's actually a pretty good number from what I'm told. I don't know.
I know that is a good number because I was just looking at the names that I see, in the sharing thread and the comments. I've seen a lot of new names in the last couple weeks that I could say, but I mean, I don't remember seeing that many people, but you're including watchers on that too, right?
That's what I mean. Like the people who lurk, I'm a member of a lot of groups, but I lurk. There's a lot
those are the illegal ones, right? Though.
No. No, right. I just have to, that's even worse. If you're a lurker in an illegal group, like you're really like, I picture like this hunched over, like the villain in the corner,
All right, I have a couple more questions. I don't want to keep you too long. It is during the week. Has there been a video or a song that you've stumbled across on our group and you just went, "What the fuck"? And you don't have to give the name, but I mean, has there been something that just you like, wow, this is insane?
Yeah, actually, and I'll even use his name, Professor Jacket.
Yes.
And Madison. Did you see the comedy?
Yes.
Show.
Yes.
That blew me away. I mean, I was just absolutely blown away by that, and it just I thought it was so good in a lot of ways. So not really a music video, right? Although
right.
Singing from Madison, but I thought it was really just neat how it was put together. I've never seen anything like that, and so recently, yes, that's my most recent video. But all the time, and that's another topic, man. Is I wish I could be way more engaged as far as leaving comments and being able to tell everybody, my thoughts on their music. It's just, again, it's not, I'm in the group, but it's hard. There's just so much going on, and I have, so little battery for it. And so
understood. So where do you stand, or how do you feel? I don't know, if I was you, all the collaborations that are going on between the members, you must get like this big, warm, fucking fuzzy feeling. Like, look at what I created and curated. Look at these people coming together and doing two separate entities coming together and doing collaborations. That must make you feel really special.
I don't feel special, but I do feel blessed that at least I get to see it and be a part of it, and that it's happening, on this platform that, you know, there's so many groups, but I feel like ours is so special.
It
And
is,
it's
and you're
nothing
much too
really-
modest, Dom, by the way.
Well, I mean, Kenny Bramson, you, Stephen McDonald, Toby, which is Roberts, Adam David, Dan Fikes. I mean, that's just the moderators.
Right.
And I mean, I can't say it enough, man. I mean, and look, beyond the moderators and the behind the scenes stuff, it really is the core group of people that set the standard for the new people coming in. There's, the way you guys behave and the things you do are telling our new members, like, hey, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm not going to do stupid shit that I might do in another group. If I fuck around, I'm going to find out, and I don't want that to happen.
You can drop the hammer, right?
Band hammer, baby. The band hammer.
All right, one last question, and then I'll let you go. So the other thing that I enjoyed, that watching it at first made me do it, is the world building. So when I first started, I had Fallen Angel, and that's all I had.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm watching other creator artists come up with different artists and different personas that sing totally different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I think that's interesting. And so, I had Dick Buttons create a record label, and that record label now has, I think, 8 or 9 artists signed to it.
It's awesome.
All with diverse music styles, and I'm branching out into doing videos for those things. To me, it has created such a hobby for me. And, people who know me think, where do you get all this fucking free time, Dick?
How do
Maybe
you?
I just don't,
Where do you get all this fucking free time?
Yeah, my friends tell me that. And I lied. One last question. Your friends and family, I know none of my friends and family are supportive with this. They all think it's bullshit.
Really?
Like when I first got my first DistroKid royalties check, right? I think it was $20. And I was at a family function, and I was my brother said, what the fuck are you getting excited? $20. But he doesn't I guess he just doesn't understand that
Right.
the labor of love that went into doing all this to get that $20, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, hey man, I talk to people about it, and most of the time I can watch their eyes glaze over.
that's the response I get.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of fucking indifference. And I just don't want to, nothing sucks worse than like what happened to you. You're all excited, you're proud, something you love has generated money. I mean, we all want that, right? I mean, like,
Right.
I mean, like that's bonus time right there. And if you can make a living out of it, even better for most people, I think. But then
Yo, if that could happen, yeah.
He shits all over it.
Yeah. And then my daughter too. When I did, I don't know if you watched all the way through the "It's Been a Life" by Fallen Angel, that video.
I have not seen it all the way through. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. And you're a busy man. It's so it's them young as kids. To me, that was my masterpiece to date, at least for me. And I was so proud of that fucking video. And when my daughter was home for something, I said, "Hey, sit down and watch this." Okay. And I played it, and I looked over to see, maybe get a reaction, and she's looking on her phone.
Oh, brutal.
And I was like, I shut it off. And she goes, "What?" I said, "Well, you weren't even watching."
Yeah.
But that doesn't deter me. That doesn't stop me. I'm always ready to strive and do better and go past the mile marker that I did in the last video. And I thank your group for that too, because it is a conglomerate of the same type of people who are there for the same purpose and are all looking out for each other. And I'll see something in an Alice Tanner video, or I'll see something in an Antibody Productions video, and I'll go, "Ooh, I want to do that."
Yeah. And what's great about the community is you can ask. Most of the time they'll tell you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've talked privately to so many members on that group, and there's I know it sounds stupid, it's a Facebook group, but there's a friendship built there and a bond that we share this AI music thing. And I think, again, I'm going to thank you. I know you're modest, but you are the reason that we're all here. and you did put together a great team, which I'm happy to be a part of. But you, sir, deserve most of the credit, because if you didn't do it, we'd be in those other groups where everyone just shits on everybody's music.
You're too kind with your words. As humble as you claim I am, you're too kind with your words. I appreciate that. You know who you sound like sometimes, especially the first time I talked to you. I got off with you and I said, Christina, you're not going to believe who this guy sounds like. And she's like, who? And I said, he sounds like fucking Henry Hill from Goodfellas.
That's funny.
And every once in a while I can hear it, and I'm trying not to like smirk about it because it's great.
So that's the Italian in me and the New Jersey in me.
Well, there you go.
But I do want to thank you for spending this time with me. And if you are willing, I would like to, I'll have a couple other people on, but I would like to have you as a recurring guest, because I think there's a lot more ground we could cover.
I would love that, because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening with the group. And before I go, if you're listening, the AIMusicSociety.com.
Awesome. Thanks for being with me, Dom.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Over and out.
He's bold, he's sharp, and he's in the know. Season 4's here, and it's time to go. Buckle up, kids, the ride's full blown. You're stepping inside the Vincenzo.
All right, everybody. You know what that theme song means. It is time for the Vincenzo. Welcome, sir.
As always, thank you for having me.
Now, before we get started on this week's topic, kudos have to go out to you, Vincenzo.
Oh.
This man is dedicated to this podcast. And why do I say that? Well, when I asked him to come over a little bit early today to record, he told me his street was being paved and the fucker walked here.
Yeah.
That's dedication. I don't know. Well, it could be insanity as well.
There's a little cardio involved.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have walked, but that's just me.
Well, if I do it in the gym or I do it to your house, it doesn't.
I am, but you got to cross a major road there.
Yeah, and at the gym, it's
a little less. It's more safe at the gym.
It is.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this week's topic, as we said last week, was we were going to review the first 2 episodes of FX's new show, Alien Earth.
Yes.
I watched 2. That's all. I watched 2 because episode 6 aired already. I saw.
I finished episode 5.
Oh, we went ahead. We're only reviewing 2.
I know, but I thought we were just trying to get the flavor of, did they do it right? Is it a hot mess? Does it hold up?
We'll get there. So
right.
We'll get there. So let's go over the basics first, okay? You could feel free to disagree with the research or what I gleaned from it.
Sure.
The series takes place in year 2120,
correct,
which is 2 years before the Sigourney Weaver Alien movie.
A prequel.
Yes, a prequel, if you will. The show has Disney money behind it.
It does.
So the Hawk train was out there.
It sure was.
They set up like fake spaceships that you can go in. It was all over this. Yeah, they had a whole media campaign. Noah Hawley is the showrunner.
Yes.
Who brought us Fargo and Legion. Legion was one of my favorite shows.
Loved Legion. It was so quirky, so out of the box.
And they left us hanging, right? It didn't end, right?
It could have ended there, which would have been fine. I don't know if it wasn't picked up or it was expensive to do or they moved on from it, but
I thought I was disappointed. Maybe I was just disappointed that it ended.
Oh, I was disappointed that it did. I could have kept going.
And Fargo I enjoyed too.
Absolutely.
I thought the series is very true in tone and feel to the original.
Very much so with the music and
I'll get to what I didn't like,
okay,
because I'll save that for later. But let's break down. Spoilers ahead if you haven't started watching this. Let's go over the cast of characters.
Yes.
We have Wendy.
Yes.
Who is the first human to synthetic transfer.
Correct.
Right? So her being gets put into an older, she's a kid with, they didn't say what disease she has, did they?
She had some type of terminal disease.
Right. She was dying. Yeah, but they didn't say like what.
No, they didn't.
Okay. And she went into a girl, like a teenager or early 20s.
Right.
So there was that she had to deal with. And and that was by the Prodigy Corporation that's doing this. Correct. Okay. Hermit, who winds up being her brother,
Right.
Which they don't know initially.
Right.
Okay. That's what I gleaned from that. Morrow, who's one of my favorites. I like Morrow. He is an employee of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation and the Maginot's chief security officer.
And you mentioned the Maginot, the ship.
The ship.
Which would be the Nostromo's equal in the following series, Alien. And this is where a little bit of my dad's loving World War II comes in. Because as soon as I saw the Maginot, I knew exactly what it was named after. It was the Maginot Line, which France set up after World War I with encampments on the border, so that if Germany came towards them, and Germany went around it.
Right.
So how appropriate that this was supposed to be the first line of defense to the ship,
Right.
and it all fell to hell.
Right. You know, some people that's lost. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if that's Hawley who's doing that. I mean, he's the showrunner, but I don't know who's writing it. But I mean, that's good writing. But
That's
I mean,
great writing.
it's deep writing. So the first episode is called Neverland.
Correct.
Wendy is
Right.
I mean, the whole Peter Pan thing is
Right.
there,
Right.
and the Lost Boys. So
Right.
We'll get to the Lost Boys. Okay.
Okay.
We have Kirsch now. As I mentioned last week when we said we were going to do this, I love Timothy Oliphant.
I do too.
However, this is one of the things that's on the list of what I don't like about the show. He is not utilized to his his best capabilities, which I guess don't fit into the character that he is.
Get past episode 2. So this is where I can.
Oh, he flips. He does something different.
No, but they utilize him more. And by the way, when I first saw him, and
It is off-putting with the eyebrows and
well, that's what I noticed right away. But I don't know what your favorite movie is
of his.
of yours, what your favorite movie of all time is, but mine is Blade Runner. And what does Blade Runner and Alien have in common? Ridley Scott.
Oh, okay.
Ridley Scott did Blade Runner.
The original, please, not the one with
Yes, the original Blade Runner. Rutger Hauer
Yes.
played Roy Batty. He looked exactly the same. So when I looked at it, I went, is he playing the synth of the character from Blade Runner? In fact, I checked it out. The writers, in fact, took the look of Roy Batty from
Okay.
Blade Runner and gave it to Timothy Oliphant's character.
Okay, all right.
Because it was so, I said, where do I know that look from? And it lines right
Yeah,
up. And
Howard did have the white hair. Yeah.
and they were just doing it as an homage, but it has no connection to Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And then we have Boyd Cavalier, who is the prodigy and boy genius behind the Prodigy Corporation.
Right.
Almost a Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I love the symbolism that they're doing here.
Absolutely.
Is great
It is.
because they're tied into things that people can latch onto. And then there's Dame Sylvia. She works for Prodigy and looks after the emotional well-being of the Lost Boys.
Yes.
And there's that Peter Pan connection again.
All right.
And now we get into the Lost Boys. We have Slightly. We have Curly. Knock, knock, knock. We have Smee.
Yeah.
We have Nibs and Toodles. I'm not a fan of the names.
It sounds like the Rob Zombie's band member names.
It does. It does. And I guess if they were going to they're doing the whole Peter Pan symbolism, they needed
Right.
that. So I'm
Correct.
okay with that. Then there's Yutani, who's the head of the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. We have Siberian. Then we have Arthur Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rashidi. I think that rounds out. That rounds out the characters. I like the cast.
Right.
I did like the opening scene.
Right.
Reminiscent of the opening scenes. Not the open. Did it open with them around the table, or at one point the original?
It shows them it shows them waking up, and then they kind of all congregate and start to have
the original too.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
start
did the
doing
same thing.
The breakfast food, and they're talking, and it was almost carbon copy, copy and paste.
Prodigy has developed a breakthrough transferring the consciousness of a terminal, right? So we talked about Wendy.
Mhm.
She's the first one to do that. And we
Right.
see by the end of the second episode, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, that
Right.
there are others that they're going to do.
Right.
Wendy is mentored by a synthetic named Kirsch. and he oversees the other children undergoing the similar hybrid procedures. Meanwhile, so as we see in the first episode, very early on, a malfunction in the Maginot's navigation puts it on a collision course with Earth. Okay, and the only one that survives, right, is the cyborg, because this was interesting. I had to I didn't come up with this because I'm not smart enough. That hatch that he was in,
Right.
there was always a loophole in the first Alien movie when Sigourney Weaver gets to that computer,
Right.
and then the thing's there.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did it come from? Maybe there was one of those blast chambers that it was hiding in.
Correct.
So I hope that was intentional that they did that.
I think the fact that you saw that, it became evident.
Right. So did Ridley Scott just was that a missed, was that a plot hole that it was just there?
And maybe for shock value, they don't show you how did the creature get there. I think it's more suspenseful to say, okay, I'm in the computer room. I'm trying to get out. Oh, it's at the window.
Yeah, but
so I don't want to see the part of where it's crawling through, because you've already seen it crawling after people throughout the ship. This one, let it just show up the window, and you'll just shock them.
Yeah, but didn't you want
But the show is doing, well, let's take that and make it work for us. So I think Alien did a great thing of not showing it, and I think it's great writing to say, you know how he probably got there? So people were paying attention.
I think they missed it in the first one. I don't think they were intentionally.
I think they may have even shot that and then edited it and said, listen, there's no suspense. There's no jump scare. There's no that. If you're telling them where this thing is going the whole time, you want them to be that blank spaces where it just shows up.
Right. And then ultimately, the grown xenophore on board takes out much of the Maginot's crew.
Correct.
As it should. And the ship crashes into a tower on the city of New Siam, which is run by the Prodigy. Wendy's brother Hermit gets taken, abducted, and so, but she saves him, right? If I remember,
she does.
Okay, yeah. And I thought the song that they chose for the end of the episode 1 was a strange one. It didn't make sense to me.
What was the? They were all ended with crazy rock songs.
Yeah, but this one made you think I would have fucking wrote that down?
Now, I remember as they were playing, the song had something to do with the storyline or the ending. So each song, and all of them were rock. You know, you had Black Sabbath doing one, and I love the music choices, but they did have something.
Shame on me for not writing down the name of the song.
And you in the music, you are always on point with your music. Even at a party, your music.
Well, no, I'm very
all related.
Yeah, I'm a maniac. Episode 2, titled Mr. October. And when I saw the title of the episode, I'm like, what the fuck are they naming it? They tied that in too.
They did.
And I like how they tied that in. The episode picks up with Hermit and his medical tactical team responding to the aftermath of the Maginot crash. They investigate the damaged and dangerous parts of the spacecraft wreckage and discovering horrifying casualties and the example of bodies. It was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess. Wendy secretly manipulates Prodigy's systems. She rewrites the robot kiosk code.
Right.
Okay. I didn't know she was smart that way, but no, wait. Now did she get smarter when she became a synth or no?
Yes, and also the ability to educate herself as she goes along. So you're always learning things, and you're teaching yourself and learning things just like a person would, but only on a higher level.
Right. Oh, you know what I left out from episode 1? Those cricket things, whatever the fuck they are. They latch on to the jugular and they just blow up like a blowfish full of blood. Yeah. That was the other thing. I'll leave it for the things I like because there's not a lot. But that's one of them. Wendy finally reunites with Hermit, and then the episode ends with Hermit being grabbed by the xenophore again. I mean, what with this guy? He can't stay away. Now, they're not after him for a reason, are they?
No.
Okay. And meanwhile, there's a lingering mystery. A man in a hazmat suit is seen cleaning up damage as a dent in the hallway in the Neverland facility. So something got out or in.
And we still don't know.
Okay, I'll let you go first. Were there things you did not like? Because I have a couple that I'm gonna rant about.
I always question when I'm watching anything, could they have done this better? Could they have done the whole concept better? Could they have done music better? Could they have done so? I don't see any chinks in the armor, and
You did not see?
I did not see.
Oh.
I enjoyed. I thought visually it was incredible, but they had Disney's money, so it better be credible. But it was. Listen, when I watched it, I went, I'm watching movies that don't have that are
See,
not as visually
I disagree.
creative. I think because you have to get past season 2,
Episode
two.
two.
I'm sorry, episode 2. It becomes even more visually well done.
All right.
I love the fact that they were true to the technology, which we talked about.
See, that's another. All right, you'll see.
They're typing away, and the things are pop. And I don't. And keep in mind that there are other corporations with other advancements that you don't see in Alien.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So, on some level, you have to play with it, but I feel ultimately they were true to technology that was shown in Alien.
Okay.
I like the acting.
Oh, wait. You were still on things you didn't like. So that was it. You had no chinks.
I'm not. I like the rock music that ended each scene that kind of gave it that,
we're
that
not at the things we liked. We're talking about things we didn't like. So you had nothing then.
Nothing that I didn't like, because I kept going to the next episode. When you said watch 2 episodes, I'm going, dude, I need to go see 3.
Well, I followed instructions. 4. All right. So listen, I'm going to talk about what I didn't like, and I have to get this off my chest. Or should I say, get this out of my chest?
Oh, very.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal. For me, the alien is a guy in a fucking suit, and it is so painfully obvious. It is stiff moving. It is dry.
Did you look it up to see if it was a man in a suit?
It is. I know I got the. I didn't write down his name, but it's a man in a suit. There are no CGI effects here. And the head is stiff. It's rigid, the head movement.
But keep in mind, you're seeing this not in the ship's light, because remember in Alien, it was all in the ship with the lights going on and off, and then the darkness. You have a completely different light. It's more well lit, so you're seeing more features of it, and that may take away from it, but you have to be true to the atmosphere. It can't be in the dark all the time. It is.
I just thought,
and then when you go past episode 2, it's in other scenarios where you go, but at least they make it fast.
All right. I hope it gets better, because that's every time I saw the monster, I was like,
I like Superman, and I hated that last movie. So I can tell you visually, they did a good job with this.
All right.
Considering the
now one of my biggest tropes for all of these prequels, and you said everything was technology right, but this takes place 2 years before the original movie.
Okay.
And the shit looks sleeker. The shit looks nicer. It just looks like it's newer. And that just might be because Alien was made in what? 80 something? 89, 87?
So what looks sleeker? The guns look the same.
I thought the pods looked different. I've just everything had a newer feel to it to me.
I'm going to tell you that you're looking at it through a different filter.
I'm looking through it,
and I
through my filter.
Correct, but no. I agree with what you're saying, but I think because of, again, I could fall back and say, oh, it was the lighting in the ship back on Alien, but I think that you're seeing it in a different filter, and they just lightened it out a bit. I don't think that the pods look any different. I don't think the guns or the technology. I don't think it looks any different. I think it looks clearer.
What I need to do then is go back and look
absolutely
at Alien. Okay, the other thing. And this could come back. Now you skipped ahead, but it's only 2. You only went 3 episodes ahead. They dropped so many fucking breadcrumbs about ways they can go in directions. I don't think they could pay off on all of them. I don't think they can.
So what are all the breadcrumbs? I mean, when they do these storyboards, they're
right. I just they could do this, could happen. I just think there were too many of those open-ended things, and it's again.
I think you're second guessing having only watched 2 episodes, and that's the problem with only watching 2 episodes. They're throwing out so much backstory and things that they have to set up. And it's not even until episode, with other shows, even it could be 8 episodes and episode 5 finally starts wrapping it up and going forward.
Severance was like that. Like I tried 3 separate times to watch Severance.
Right.
And I got to episode 3 and I'm like, fuck, I can't watch this.
And
then somebody said to me, no, you got to get to episode 4.
Yeah.
And I did.
Okay.
And I was hooked.
And it's like reading a book where you go through, you go 3 or 4 chapters and you go, oh, you're killing me with the details. I just need to see story.
I just hope this gets better. Now, you were so anxious. What did you like about this?
Again, I loved it visually. I love the music. I love not the soundtrack, but what's the music?
Soundtrack.
Well, soundtrack would be the individual music, but when they actually just the background.
Oh, the background music, the score.
The score. I thought the score was incredibly faithful. It gave you that same feeling that you were in that spot. For me, you could destroy the whole thing with acting, and I think acting wise, it was done very well.
I agree.
And I sat there and said, is there no better way we could have done this? But you know what? The Peter Pan thing, they don't beat you over the head with it. You understand it.
I wonder, do you think that it's lost on some people? Like
completely. And by the way, as you move forward, you know that these children are being transferred into hybrid bodies,
mm-hmm.
and they're still children mentally.
Right, yeah.
So the actors have to come off as...
So I thought Wendy did a great job.
Well, but she's older than all the rest of them.
Right, yeah. But
it gets better because the rest of them now have to work harder to say, I'm really an 8-year-old child. And they do a great job of it.
Okay. I'll look for that, Mr. Skip Ahead.
It was my medication wore off, and then
okay.
Just, impulsive.
Valid. I like the characters. I thought character development was good. There were enough, like I mentioned before, like the guy who's ahead of the Prodigy Corporation, Zuckerberg, 100%. I think that's what they were going for.
Yep.
Almost a Lex Luthor type, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes. It's good. He's a combo.
The plot, okay, it's really the same, except for the synths and the that part. But it's aliens. I mean, the plot's the plot.
You're going to get more involved into each of their stories. Even the ones that you look at and you go, okay, well, this guy's just basically doing this, and then they start telling this backstory, and you go, oh my gosh, and they kind of ground it a little bit.
So, how many episodes are there? You're in 5. I think there's only.
I think there may be 7 or 8.
8, I think it is.
Yeah. And so they're moving towards, if they're only going to do 8 and no other season, they're on schedule.
Okay. Again, I have Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet. Yes. Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Oliphant on my liked list with a question mark, because I think I'm making excuses for how much I like him, for how much I'm not enjoying this character.
Have you seen Blade Runner or remember Blade Runner?
Yeah, I guess.
So if you remember Roy Batty's personality, it's literally pulled from that. And then with Roy Batty's personality, how it starts to devolve is where we're going with that.
Like I said, I'm giving him a lot of slack because I like him. Is it Santa Clarita Diet? No. So but I guess you couldn't be like that. He played a real funny guy.
Oh, I loved him. What was the where he was the with the cowboy hat, Justice? What was it called?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that at work today.
That's where I first came into saying this guy's great.
I forget.
It was on FX, I remember.
Yeah, it was another one of those FX shows. And then I want to see more. I followed instructions and only watched 2 episodes. I could have forged forward because I binged whole fucking series in one night when I'm into it. But so what we'll do, next week we'll finish this. We'll finish it out and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Now we'll just do bullshit, and then we'll do a bullshit segment, and then the final review.
Okay.
Next week.
Sounds good.
Listen, I don't like talking politics, and this is by no means political.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately saw that shooting, the video of it. Okay. And I don't care who the person is,
Mm-hmm.
what they say, where they stand. Nobody deserves to die.
That was horrific.
And I don't know if the guy, it was a sniper from like 200 fucking yards away.
Yeah, you have to have a high-powered rifle with a scope.
And they hit him in the carotid.
Yeah.
I mean, so that was professional.
Yeah.
Now I was flipping when I got home. They have a picture of the dude.
Yeah.
Because the cameras got him on the roof running away.
Right.
So they have like this. Of course, it's fucking grainy.
Yeah.
Right. But who
Well, it was
knows?
a cell phone. From that far away, it's going to be grainy.
It was a cell phone.
Yeah.
But again, I don't care what side he was on, what he stood for, what he said. He had a wife, he had kids, and I was quite disturbed at the video. I'm ashamed. I was just like perusing stuff, and it was there.
You know what the problem is? You can watch network TV, and they will, for liability reasons, their lawyers got to look over everything. So
I was on the internet.
Exactly. But you and I are getting our news from social media, and I was on Instagram site, and boom, instantaneous. You saw everything, and it was like you couldn't process. It was hard to process.
Because my first thought was, well, how did they let a guy get in the fucking place with a gun? But it didn't matter. He was 200 yards away.
Correct.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not gonna I'm not starting a whole thing about gun control. Look, there are fucking crazy people everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you stop crazy people. I don't.
You don't stop crazy people. There is a process where you can stop the root of it, but you have to be in a society that takes care of mental health from the very beginning, or people who are responsible enough to watch over people.
We are jumping ahead that he was indeed crazy. He just could have been a motherfucker with a manifesto who
that would be crazy.
Actuated it. Well, I don't.
Well, that there's
not clinically crazy, right? If you have beliefs that you believe so much in that you're willing to
listen, I have beliefs, and I don't pull out my guns. You know what I mean?
Do you have beliefs that's strong enough that you would shoot people over?
No.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And that's where I draw the line. When you have beliefs that you said it once, but listen, if you're gonna be that passionate about crossing that line, then that's where crazy starts.
It was just sad, and again, yeah, sad. I'm not a fan of the man, but that is
Correct.
out of the picture. It means
Correct.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It was the video was violent, and I hope they catch the guy, and I hope he gets whatever's coming to him, which should be death because he took a life. If we go for eye for an eye, but that's right. You don't. I'm sorry.
I don't.
That's right. We had that. We did that discussion already.
And I like to be consistent.
He should just. So then, and I'm not getting into this again. But so then, you think he should just spend the rest of his life in jail?
I want him chained up and picking up garbage around our town. That's what I want.
You know what my dad used to say?
What?
Bury them up to their neck in shit. That's what the punishment should be in jail. Not a place to sleep, books
Correct.
to read, and
access to the internet
and work out
I walking the dog today. Said they find him, chain him up. You get him bread and water, and you can start picking garbage up around the town. I don't know who's doing this. Get a chain gang. Let them clean up stuff.
I'm with you on that. You know what else that bothered me this week? And guys, this is not a rant, but listen, I rant. I was reading the messages again this week. Why do you always complain, Dick?
This is your MO.
Yeah. One of the segments I did for next week, I did the listener lightning round, right? And I took the requests from, and I really went off on this one guy because he submitted the same thing twice. And I made it as a one and another one. And then I just said, what the fuck you doing, dude? Something happened with the baseball this week, which made me just like tilt my head a little odd and say, could baseball be fixed?
You don't want to get me started.
So the Yankees are in second place.
Right.
Toronto's in first place.
Correct.
And this is already passed, and it didn't pan out the way it appeared that it was going to pan out. But prior to the Yankees-Blue Jays series, the Yankees got the deficit to 3 games.
Right.
And who were they playing next? The Blue Jays. And the Yankees wound up coming out of that 2 games out. So they lost the first one and then they won. Then so they wound up leaving 2 games out. But just to put importance on the game, because the Yankees were 5 games out prior to the Blue Jays series.
Right.
And the games were so lopsided against, I forget who the fuck they were playing. Houston.
Okay.
I think the Yankees in 2 games scored like 19 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, to me, it's better TV if the Yankees are 3 games out and it's a 3-game series. I don't know.
Listen, I see it in football. I had posted on Facebook my prediction for the next Super Bowl.
Well, that's based on the colors of the logo.
No,
No.
the logo's not out.
Yes, it is.
The logo is out?
Yes, it is. It was out right after the.
Really? What
Yeah,
colors?
Someone talked about this already.
And
Here we go to Google.
Can I tell you what teams I had picked prior to showing
This
the
is gonna be
colors?
tough.
I had picked the Bills to play. Oh, aren't the Raiders pink?
The Stop it. And if the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl,
My picks were the Bills definitely to play either the Packers, but more likely or the Lions.
that theory's out the window because they probably knew about the theory.
And maybe
Well,
they
'cause
change. Maybe they change the colors as they get closer.
It's
to.
in San Francisco. That's why the bridge is there, right?
Right. But why a pink bridge? Or
To me, it looks very LGBTQ-ish to me.
It does.
But
maybe that's they were going for.
I don't know.
So I picked. I think the game's a massage to get to an ending. Doesn't make the athletes like the wrestlers of our day any less athletic.
No,
I don't think it makes it any less exciting. But I'm watching plays on TV, where there's the guy who's playing the edge for I'm not gonna say what team. He runs out and and he blocks.
Hey, was this the Vikings and Bears?
Yes.
I saw that on Instagram myself.
I'm going, what are you doing? And then I saw a couple different games, and I said, it's massage.
Yeah, the guy had his finger on the one, and he was like, "What's going on here?"
I'm going, it's just killing me. But I think it's going to be the Bills Lions or the Bills Packers.
Who cares, Bill? I mean, Bills I could see because they've never won.
And they got Josh Allen, and they're raising him up, and he's making the money.
But the fucking Packers, who gives a shit?
Packers have history, babe. The Lions
Don't
would
bring
be
it
the
up.
other team. The Lions would be the other team that I would pick. They're not, but I don't know if they're elevating them as fast. So it's got to be Bills, Packers, Bills, Lions, and the Bills need to win their first Super Bowl, and there goes your script for the next few years.
Who would I root for? I guess I'd root for the Bills then.
I would root for the Bills. Well, you would know the reason, the little Easter egg, why I may root for the Packers.
You'd have with your surname, yeah.
And I think that's
early. It's too early. We don't.
By the way, that's why it's called a prediction.
Oh, I get it.
You're doing, and that's what people give me. He's like, it's a little too early. I'm going, it's never too early for a prediction.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right.
They
It's a baseless prediction. There's no.
So they asked Joe Buck, based on the first week's performance, what do you see as AFC and NFC favorites on Good Morning America? They were asking him. He said, I like the Bills, and on the other side, I think I like the Packers or the Lions. I'm going, that's the script.
What did you think of the Eagle player spitting on Dak?
Well, I was watching the replay. It looked like Dak did a little spit first. His just wasn't projecting past his face mask, and then the Eagles player spit back at him.
I didn't see.
And they picked that up on ESPN.
Did he get suspended for a game or
no? He got fined.
Fine. What was the fine?
It was for them pennies.
Yeah. So I would spit again then.
Make sure you hit them.
But these are grown adults. This is funny though for me. They're grown adults, and it wasn't even. They were just standing there. It wasn't even in the heat of the moment of a play.
Yeah, but if it's after a play and they're all riled up and believe me, they're talking across the line and they're giving each other noise, and I'm coming after you, and you watched Jalen Hurts spit first.
I'm gonna go back and I didn't see that.
Sure did.
And again, I wasn't watching the game, so I don't know.
And it could have been Jalen Hurts was just, because they
yelling,
they spit and blow their nose all over the place. He could have been just spitting to spit, and the other guy was like,
"And that's disgusting."
Another guy could have taken it wrong, and and
I hate when they baseball and football they blow the snot rockets.
Oh, what is that?
Like if I'm the catcher and the guy at the plate is blowing a snot rocket right in front of
I do not get that.
I don't get it at all.
You know what?
Call
If they
timeout.
all got to play with flip flops and little spikes on the bottom of them, they won't do that anymore.
Yeah, because you don't want snot on your foot.
No, you don't.
I remember a story about the Lyle Alzado wrote about in his book when he was on the Raiders, very famous Raider, that the defense, the offense used to rub feces on the ball.
Oh, yeah, they were crazy back then.
And said to the defense, "Yeah, you want the ball?
Sure,
Come and fucking
baby,
get it."
yeah.
Now, but then that's problematic because the quarterback has to touch it. Did he was in on that? I guess he was. I'd be like, I ain't fucking.
And they didn't wear gloves back then.
Yeah, I ain't fucking. Who shit? That'd be my question. It better not be John Madden's because I don't know what the fuck's in there.
Yeah, they were crazy back then.
Speaking of John Madden, did you see the pictures of Nicolas Cage as
I did. I saw.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Did he actually? Is that a fat suit or did he put on weight?
I think it's a fat suit.
Okay.
I don't think he put on that much weight.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it was a nice job.
he looks great.
Yeah.
On the same topic of Nicolas Cage, do you see they're filming Spider-Man Noir?
Yes.
I think that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be crazy.
That's live action, right? It's not. Yeah.
Live action.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that character inside from the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And that is a comic. Is that
It is a comic.
Okay?
Sure. And we talked about Legion. That was a comic.
Graphic novel.
No. It was actually in the comic books before.
Okay.
No, it wasn't like the Sandman, where it was a graphic novel, or the 300 or whatever. It was straight into the comics. Loved Legion. Got to keep bringing that up. It was so quirky. You could watch it 3 times and see different things and go, "Oh, that's what he was doing."
Oh, okay. You know what I did read? I don't know if you read it. We read the same shit, so you probably did. Everybody who's read the Batman 2 script, Andy Serkis, said absolutely epic. Colin Farrell said, "I don't have much to do in this." He goes, "But buckle up, kids, because Reeves has swung for the fences."
Let's pray that it's a Godfather 2.
And then the rumor is the main villain will be Mr. Freeze, who is in charge of a rogues gallery of other villains.
Right.
And the actor they're trying to get is Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes, he'd be great.
I think he'd be great. Now I want to see Barry Keoghan in there too. Another maybe a longer scene. Not.
No, I think he's got to be the main character of the
third movie. Yeah.
So they're going to have him be some integral part, maybe behind the scenes or prodding people, as
I still that deleted scene. It was even we only got to see his face for like seconds, like clear.
So well done.
But it's deranged.
I'm hoping there's Robin.
Oh, and they mentioned Robin. Yes, Robin. But it's going to be. I don't know if it's
maybe that's going to be another tail end.
Yeah, I think it'll be at the end of the movie,
right, where that starts to.
And again, this is not coming out till 2027.
Yeah, but you know what? If they do it right,
well, fucking women. Superman 2, Man of Tomorrow is coming out next year. 2026, he announced it's coming out. So
that's because the box office.
Which wasn't that. It was good, but it wasn't.
Well, I guess it was good enough for him to push forward.
And that rumor is him and Lex Luthor team up.
I can't even think about it. It's just
no.
The first movie was so bad that I can't even think of. They're gonna make it worse.
They team up to fight Brainiac.
Great concept. If the first one worked.
No, the first one didn't work, but
no. And I think they're gonna nail the second Batman movie. I think they had such incredible elements.
Well, they had enough fucking time too.
I think they're gonna now. All you got to do is tighten it up a little bit. I think the first one was. I enjoyed it, but I think it might have been a pinch long.
I didn't. To me, it felt like an hour. When we were in the theater, when it ended, I was like, "Oh, what, it's over."
Listen, I enjoyed every part of it, but I think it could have been just a little tighter. And that means
what would you cut out?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they even cut that down.
Oh, I'm sure there's
Yeah.
stuff. I never got the DVD, but I'm sure that. Well, no, we saw that's where the deleted scene came from. But there's probably stuff
Right.
that they didn't even bother
Yeah.
putting on
Exactly.
because they film a lot of shit. I think just to get
Yeah.
it on film.
It was perfect superhero movie for me.
All right, so last thing, we're going to end on Howard Stern. So Howard takes off every year
Right.
for the summer, right?
Right.
Around August, people started saying, "Oh, Sirius is going to
It was all over the
And
place.
I'm like, "Fucking Sirius is not going to cancel Howard Stern. If Howard's not going to be on,
Right.
he's leaving."
Right.
So September after Labor Day, September 3rd, 2nd, whatever was that Monday, he was supposed to come back, and he wasn't. Then the media was like, "Oh, Howard, did his mother die?" That was one of the things. What's going on? He quit. He didn't like the contract that Sirius offered him. Mind you, now his contract is good through December.
Right.
So he still has a couple months left. So the 8th was when he's returning. So, I bought into all the fucking hype.
And they were using different reasons too. They weren't using. They were that he was, he was tired of it.
Mother died. All this shit.
The whole thing.
So Monday morning I get to work, and I'm just sitting in the car so I could listen because I want to see what the fuck he's going to say. Right. And when the show goes live, it's Andy Cohen. He goes, "Hello, everybody. I know this is not the voice you expected to hear or wanted to hear. And we really wanted a smooth transition." He goes, "But what used to be called Howard 100 is now Andy 100. And I'm like, I was starting to believe it because he sounded really convincing. And then he brought his co-host on. He goes, "Yeah, I'm nervous." He goes, "I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off." He goes, then Andy goes, and this is when I knew it was bullshit. He goes, "Well, if you think about it, Howard's show was getting kind of gay in the first place." He goes,
and now it's really gay.
He goes, "But guys," he goes, "our first guest is Patty LuPone." And I'm like, okay, this is bullshit. So I went inside knowing for sure it was bullshit. And I put it back on the computer. And when they come back from the commercial break, it was Howard.
Yeah.
But this is not the genius part. In that time, from when Andy Cohen went live, and they took the commercial break, every fucking major news network, Howard Stern's been on it. They didn't verify anything. CNBC, CNN, Fox, everybody. They broke, and it was like they played that breaking news. Howard Stern has been fired. Howard Stern quit. And he just ran with it. He goes, what kind of media do we have that nobody called me? No one did any verification.
No confirmation.
And then he played the clips of everybody coming back on. Oh, man, we feel like idiots, man. I mean, just goes to prove. There are people who said he hasn't been relevant for... Fuck no.
Right.
The whole media world was abuzz because of what he did.
They jumped right on.
It just proves that he's relevant and that he still means something to a lot of people.
It must have been a strange day for you. You're listening to that. You say, "Oh my gosh, Howard left the show." Then you go watch the fixed baseball game, and then you go back to the Howard show. So I'm just saying,
I knew. Listen,
welcome to my world.
I also knew Howard's not retired. I think he'll die in the studio. Which would be
excuse
me, not even in the studio. From his house,
right?
In if he's back in Long Island or he's still in Florida, I don't know. He wouldn't be able to keep track of himself if he had nothing. If he didn't have the studio to go to,
he'd lose it.
And listen, the haters are going to say he's not funny anymore. He's changed.
I think he's evolved.
He's evolved. That's the better word.
You completely think he's evolved.
I mean, he still does crude humor, but you can't just be that 24/7.
Listen, you again, the evolution is nice because you go for that ride and you're enjoying the scenery, different scenery.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. All the people that he's had feuds with over the years, he's made up with Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And some of them he didn't get a chance to. Robin Williams, he was a big dick to.
Right.
And and Robin Williams is a genius, and he felt he was actually going to reach out to him, and then he hung himself. But all right, listen. I thought we did a decent review. We'll wrap it up next week and do another hodgepodge. We have to come up for a name for this. Should we just call it bullshit when we don't know what we're going to talk about?
what the, or just call it what the.
Oh, we could do that.
And people will let them fill it in. Maybe they can make comments below and suggest what the third word should be.
What the fuck would be?
Well, now we've already used that. They've got.
Someone also asked me, why do you curse so much? Vincenzo doesn't curse. Well, I said he's Mormon and I'm not. That's the answer I gave.
I'll always be more a man than you.
Oh. So is there anything you want to say, sir? I know there is.
Go Vincenzo or go home.
Wow, he's getting more animated. All right, folks, listen. As always, stay pissed, stay passionate, and stay plugged in because this world ain't fixing itself.
Strap in, folks. Dick's back.
Yeah. And he's got a lot to say. From the loudest rants to the laughs you need, he's calling out the world with a rebel creed. No sugar coating, no soft replies, just truth with a wink and fire in his eyes. It's the world according to Dick Button Season 4. We're not here for nothing, turn it up. Let's kick down the door, buckle up. Bitches, this is Season 4. This is Season 4. This is Season 4. From top 5 lists to a movie roast to the weirdest tales you'll never post. Nostalgia hits, conspiracy dives. Every damn episode comes alive. It's the world according to Dick Button Season 4. We're not here for nothing, turn it up. Let's kick down the door, buckle up. Bitches, this is Season 4. Bitches, Season 4. Bitches, Season 4. It's the world according to Dick Button Season 4. We're not here for nothing, turn it up.